Alright, so before we actually get this video started, I want to bring up something of importance that I'll be mentioning in a couple more episodes later. This guy right here, this guy sells beans, magic beans to be exact, and the prices can be very iffy. So it starts off first with 10 rupees, but every time you want to buy a new one, he'll jack the price up 10 rupees. So the first one will be 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, and so on, up until 100. There are a total of 10 beans you can buy from him. 100 is the maximum amount for the last one. In total, you have to spend 550 rupees. Now, if you're like me by this point and don't actually have that much rupees, let alone the biggest wallet yet, you're going to have to do some grinding. The easiest way to really grind for rupees is to go to the moat, or at least the drawbridge, in front of Hyrule Castle Town. You can either climb up the chain or play the Sun Song to make the drawbridge go up when it's nighttime. Walk across, grab a couple of red rupees, and then once you do that, you jump down into Castle Town, go into the little room that you see, go into the little house you see first when you enter Hyrule Castle Town, destroy all the pots, play the Sun Song again to reset the room, smash all the pots again, exit, go back outside, climb up the chains, get the red rupees, rinse, and repeat. Do this until you have enough rupees to buy all the beans, being 550 total in rupees. So, now that that has been out of the way, we are going to go back into the main video with past Rolak, because this is currently present Rolak to an extent. So, enjoy the video. Also, if you're doing this as the way I am, if every time you re-enter Zora's River, you're going to have to talk to Kaepora Gaebora, so have fun with that. Hello everybody, my name is Rolak, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Hopefully that little video hopefully that little pre-show got you fired up, because we're going to be planting some magic beans. So yeah, whenever you see these soft dirt patches, you'll see these quite around Hyrule. You want to go ahead and plant a magic bean. They can't really do anything as of yet, but in the future they will become very handy. Now then, in the last episode, we did some little side stuff here and there in the Gerudo Valley, as well as in Lake Hylia, as well as in the Lost Woods as well. And in this episode, we are going to be making our way up the Zora River, and hopefully reaching the Zora's Domain. Now, starting off, you also want to grab a Cuckoo right before you start. Go ahead and ignore the Octoroks that are laden around the area. So, what you want to do... Is it here, or is it... I'll save it for later area. Oh, and also, those are blue Tektites. I remember the red variation from Death Mountain. Those ones are blue ones. They're not really too different. I think they're actually weaker than the red Tektites. The only real difference between blue and red Tektites is that the blue ones are able to walk across water. So, or hop across water, I should say. Other than that, there's really not, too big differences between them, so it's really not much of a big deal. Anyway, you want to grab the Cuckoo, take it all the way over here, so you can just fly over to this little ledge right here. What do you want? We're heading on to the next stone, Navi. You really don't have to keep up with the commentary. This boulder, I believe, is hiding a fairy's fountain. Yes, no, yes. Alright, so we haven't actually encountered one. There's one in the Sacred Forest Meadow, but this is a fairy's fountain. Here you can encounter, fairies. If you catch one in the bottle, you can use it for later. Once you die, he'll revive you. And there's a lot of them, so you can just go ahead and grab as many as you want, or just stop on by to recover your health. Really up to you to what you decide to do with them, so do what you want. Anyway, heading into this one... It's just another chest with some rupees in it, so it's no real big deal. We'll just open it anyway. Red rupees is nice. Gets some of this money back from buying all those damn magic beans. I would very much like it if they didn't increase the price, or at least... Because, you need so much money to grab all of them at once. I don't even think the biggest wallet can carry that much. Well, maybe not. I'm not really too sure, to be honest. Anyway, right over here on this ledge, you don't really need a Cuckoo to grab it. You can probably use a Cuckoo to jump onto that ledge over there, and then jump over to this ledge. I just like to do that because it's a bit easier. I'd like to do it that way because I don't know why I like to do it that way. I get all the stuff along the way so that, you know. I'm just rambling at this point. Anyway, grab on. Want to keep carrying the guy over here. Because just over here, ignore the Octoroks even more. Just around over here. There's a gold Skulltula over there. We'll get them in a bit. Want to use the Cuckoo to jump over to this ledge. Doing that will grab us another piece of heart. Really, that's the only reason you really need that Cuckoo anyway. Anyway, for the Skulltula. Can I? Yes, I can. Alright. Go ahead and grab that one. I believe that takes us up to 20 now, doesn't it? Ooh, almost 19. Alright, and with that, we have made it all the way to the Sleepless Waterfall. The flow of this waterfall serves the King of Hyrule. When the king slumbers, so too do these falls. The king slumbers, you say? Well, let's give him a lullaby. And with that, the waterfall is parted, creating a little entrance for us. Welcome to Zora's Domain, which has, in my opinion, one of the best songs in the game. It's very relaxing. Zora's Domain. All right. Let's meet some of the locals. Hello. Who are you? We are the Zoras, the proud aquatic people. So you say you have some connection with Hyrule's royal family. Well, what do you want from us? You know, just a magic stone that has the power of obtaining the Triforce, but no big deal. All of the water in Hyrule flows from Zora's fountain. That water flows through Zora's river, which eventually reaches Lake Hylia to the south. So this is practically the source of all water in Hyrule, to an extent, aside from, you know, rain, obviously. If it rains, it doesn't even rain. It doesn't rain, like, at all in this game. Except for the parts where you make it rain, but that's, you know, for later. Over here, I believe, is the shop. Yep, Zora shop. We have fresh fish. Let's see what they have in store. Alright, what do we got? We got Zora tunic, which we can't buy. Arrows that we can't use. Red potion. A fish, which is 200 rupees for some reason. And Dicker nuts. What do you got? I want to buy a fish, but they're a little too expensive. I have no choice but to catch one of the fishes that's swimming around out there. So yeah, I don't know why you would ever want to buy anything that you can catch in a bottle. Except for, like, potions. But, like, even then. Zora's fountain is the source of the river. Lord Jabu Jabu lives in the fountain. Lord Jabu Jabu is the patron deity of the Zoras. Princess Ruto is in charge of preparing his meals, morning and night. So there's another princess here. So let's go and see what we can find by heading all the way up. Some torches here and there that aren't really lit. We might have to do something about that later. As for the time being, we head up here and we talk to this charming fellow. Oh, my dear sweet Princess Ruto. Where has she gone? I'm so worried. Is that all you gotta say? Okay, I guess he's not going to be talking to us anytime soon. Alright. So Princess Ruto is apparently not here. In the meantime, high dive practice spot. A little bit of a mini game we can do right over here. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy right here to get started. Diving game, 20 rupees. Want to play? Okay. Pick up all the rupees I throw from here. You have only a limited amount of time. When you pick them all up, come back here. I'll give you something very nice. So he goes ahead and throws a bunch of rupees for us to collect in the water. All blue rupees, unfortunately. Start! Gives us 50 seconds to do so, so we just go ahead and dive on down and try to grab what we can. It's a fairly easy minigame, depending on where the rupees fall. If you get lucky enough, they'll fall right next to each other like these ones have. And with that, we've done it already. Hey, congratulations! I've got something very nice for you. Come and get it.
So let's go ahead and walk all the way back up. And let's talk to the guy once again. And for some reason the camera's at this angle. What a graceful dive. Now, please take this. This is a scale of our kind. With this, you can dive much deeper under the water. And with that, we have obtained the silver scale. Jump into the water and press A. You can dive deeper than you could before. Now, if you remember before, when we tried to dive underwater, like say in the Deku Tree, we can only go under for like about 3 or so seconds. However, if we dive now, we can go up to 6 seconds underwater, which gives us enough time to go into this little alcove right here. Going through here will take us back to Lake Hylia. And down here... What's that? Let's go ahead and see if we can grab this. We obviously can't since we can dive down here. You got an empty bottle. Put something inside and press C to use it. What? Something's already inside. We grabbed the empty bottle, but it's not an empty bottle. It's something inside of it. So let's take a look at what it is. If we could, okay, this bugs me right here. So this little ledge here, for some reason, we can walk when we just jump into it. However, if we're swimming, we're not. It's annoying. It's weird. It's just weird. It's annoying. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. Anyway, with that letter in hand, let's see what it says. Huh? Looks like there's something already inside this bottle. It's a letter. Help me, I'm waiting for you inside Lord Jabu Jabu's belly. P.S. Don't tell my father. So obviously we're going to go tell the father because, you know, he's kind of there, I guess we can say. We have to walk all the way back up here, which thankfully isn't a super long trek, but it's long to say the least. Alright, buddy, we got something for you. I don't know why I chose this voice for him. Oh, this letter. It's from Princess Ruto. Let's see. She's inside Lord Jabu Jabu. That's not possible. Our guardian god, Lord Jabu Jabu, would never eat my dear Princess Ruto. But since that stranger Ganondorf came here, Lord Jabu Jabu has been a little green around the gills. The evidence seems clear, of course. You'll go find Ruto. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabu Jabu. I'll keep this letter. You'll keep the bottle it was in. Take it respectfully. Please find my dear Princess Ruto immediately. Zora. You done? There we go. Alright, I was supposed to do something when I came back here before, but I forgot. Alright, with the fire up here, seems very familiar as to what we did in Goron City. We want to take the fire, light this one right here, because this one will stay lit forever once we light it. And we want to reset it. Go ahead and grab another piece of fire. We want to walk down. Light this one on fire. And go all the way over here to light this one on fire. And we want to hug the wall right here to stay on the ledge so that we don't extinguish it. And light these two torches. Doing so will spawn this chest. And we'll put that out immediately. Go ahead and open it. And we grab ourselves another piece of heart, increasing our heart container up to 9. Look at that. That looks nice. Alright, and with that, that's... Ooh, actually, hang on, real quick. Before I forget. Instead of spending 200 rupees to buy a fish, you can literally just go into any source of water and find a fish. They're not that rare. Why do they cost 200 rupees? You can find them in literally any hole that has, like the holes that have the chests. Why would you ever spend 200 rupees to buy a fish. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's ridiculous that it costs that much. It should be at least 10. It's a bloody fish. They're not super rare. Oh, jeez. Anyway, ranting about fish aside, we have reached Zora's Fountain. And that big fella over there is Lord Jabu Jabu. He's a big guy. Really big guy. Zora's Fountain. Do not disturb. What number is that? Is that... That's 16? King Zora the 16th? That's a lot of King Zoras. Anyway, before we do anything with Lord Jabu Jabu, we actually want to head over to this little corner in the map over here. As for the time being, there's not really anything for us to do in Zora's Fountain. Aside from, obviously, this little corner piece over here. It's an odd way of saying it. We want to specifically grab our bombs. And along with that boulder right there, put a bomb over there, and we blow up an entire wall. And I think in this tree... Yes, there is. All right. I'm eventually going to have to look up a guide for the Skulltulas. Most of them are just by memory, but that one puts us up to 20, I believe. Yes, it does. Okay. So, we head on in here. And we have encountered another Great Fairy's Fountain. Go ahead and play Zelda's Lullaby. No, I'm still not going to do a voice. Got some Blair Croft boobs there, jeez. Welcome, Link. I'm the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. With that, we have obtained Faror's Wind. This is a warp magic you can use with C. Warp when you are in danger. You will teleport to the warp point when you first use the magic. It will create a warp point. When you use the magic again, you can either dispel the warp point you created last time or warp to that point. It's a bit complicated, but it's pretty simple. Remember, you can use Faror's Wind only in dungeons that have a dungeon map hidden inside. So really only like actual dungeons. Battles mean you're please come back and see me. I may or may not do that, considering how creepy you are. Alright, so yeah, Faror's Wind. Takes a bit more, has the same magic power as Din's Fire. Now, the way this thing works is weird and a bit complicated and kind of useless in some points. Oh, excuse me. So, the way it works is that you set up a warp point when you use it. Then, once you use it again, you can either return to the warp point, or you can dispel it, or I think you can use it to return to the entrance of the dungeon? I'm not 100% certain because I never use the damn thing because it's really not all that useful in any way whatsoever. You hardly ever use it. You really only want to use it if you want to get out, but there's also another way of doing that, so... Yeah, there's really no point to this thing, unless you want to make like a point in the dungeon where you want to go every now and then so that you don't have to, you know, go through some arduous... Actually, you know, I think I will be using it later in a certain dungeon, but for the time being, let's go ahead and give Lord Jabu Jabu a little snack.